what's going to happen? I mean, what's going to happen if the Panthers lose this game? What are they going to say about Cam Newton then? I mean, everybody's talking about Peyton Manning's legacy. Cam Newton's done a lot of winning in his young career, especially this season. Only lost one game, no playoff losses, and now he's in the Super Bowl. But with all that behind, all that winning, and all the stuff he's been saying, running his mouth about all kinds of things, what's going to happen if the Panthers lose? What's going to happen if he doesn't play a good game? What will that mean to his legacy, to Cam Newton's legacy? Of course, he'll be playing for a long, long time. But you never want to get tagged as losing the big game, because you know why? Everybody forgets what you did before that. They only remember that one loss. So there's a lot of pressure on Cam Newton. You know, there is a lot of pressure on this guy. He doesn't even be feeling it, but a loss will hurt him. You know, we talked about pressure for Cam Newton. Here's another guy that's going to be under pressure in the broadcast booth, Mike Carey. Mike Carey is CBS's unofficial official. He's a former NFL referee who they bring in to when they review a play to tell us what's going to happen. This guy hasn't been having much luck since he's been there. He claims he has a great percentage of calling these things correctly. The problem is with Mike Carey is it's hard to figure out what his explanations of this stuff. He gets a little bit twisted. You know, he gets a little discombobulated, you might say. So he's going to be doing the Super Bowl. What happens? Let me ask you this. What happens if a play is decided on review, a crucial play in the game, and he's got to explain it? Let me tell you something, Mike Carey. You better come in clean with this stuff. You better do it very succinctly, very nicely, very clearly. Because if you don't, you'll become the story of the Super Bowl. And man, you don't want that happening. Confusion is going to happen next Thursdays in the fall. When they start this new NFL package on Thursday night, the NFL made more money. They used to have CBS doing it with the NFL Network. Now they brought NBC in to do it with CBS, with the NFL Network. One's doing 5 games, the other doing 5 games, someone's doing 8 games. Where are you going to go to look for this stuff? You know, most people don't pay attention to any of this crap until the game comes on. They want to turn it on and know where to go. So the fans are going to have to do a wild goose chase. They're not going to know where these games are. But Roger Goodell doesn't care. You know why? They made a whole lot of money. And the networks didn't care either, because by splitting it up, they saved themselves some money. The only one that's going to suffer here is you, the fan. We're at the end of another end of the whatchamacallit show, where we talk about, we read the tweets and that kind of stuff, the reaction. Thanks for sending us stuff. Here's one from a guy, Peter Rosenberg at Rosenberg Radio. Now this guy, he's in the business. He's a radio guy, and one of his jobs is he works for the Michael Kay Show. And he says to me, hello, NYDN Race, my handle, third wheel. I call him the third wheel because he's like the third guy in the studio. He does the updates. He does his nightly news thing. But you know what? This guy, he's got some style. I got to tell you that right now. And I call him the third wheel, but he could become the second wheel or the first wheel very easily. Mr. Rosenberg, think about it. You're not settling for the third wheel status. You could pull a coup d'etat in that studio. Don LaGreca, Mike Kay, you know what I'm talking about. Third wheel, no more. Here's another one from Mitchell Rochelle. He says to me, shave the mustache for charity. Now, I would do almost anything for charity, but who would want this thing? Who would want to see me shave my mustache? You think anyone's going to pay for that? You find someone, I may consider, but I don't know, man. I like the stash. Anyway, we go to the next one here. This guy calls himself Svelte. Does that mean he's skinny? He's a thin dude? I don't know. And he says, hey, Bob, you give ignorant clowns a bad name. Really? You got a point there now. Please get out of here.